Yo guys, what's going on? Acez here today with another video. In today's video, we are going to start to get to the bottom of that flea market trick that I made a video about a couple days ago. If you guys missed it, definitely check it out. It's a fairly short video. It's 3 to 4 minutes long. And basically, we were just in the flea market looking around, and I saw this one guy selling a bunch of Wilson cigarettes in a lot, but he wasn't selling them for rubles. He was selling them for euros, and the actual transaction came out to 103 Wilson cigarettes for 5,641 euros, and it was very precise. It was almost exact. This guy had high flea market rep, and I said in the video, this guy has to know something that we don't. There has to be some sort of algorithm he's using to get that exact amount of euros, 5,641, for 113 Wilson cigarettes. The numbers were kind of precise, which is kind of interesting to me. So with that being said, in today's video, I'm hopefully going to shed some light on that algorithm that person was using in that specific instance. I have two note cards in front of me. I've been trying to solve the equation here for quite a while, and I think I definitely have a good majority of it figured out. But there is one catch. There's actually two catches. So he was using Wilson cigarettes, and he had 113 of them. So I would have to say that he was probably making them in his hideout, and that actually has some additional cost behind it. And we're going to sort some of these additional costs out in the second part to this video. This video will have a second video to follow it up. But the first thing you need is the Apollo cigarettes. You just need one, and they are fairly cheap. They're about 5,000 rubles. And then you actually need yourself some 42 signature blend. Now, if you didn't just notice, this comes out to about 25,000 rubles in cost, and that is essentially the quick sell value of the Wilson cigarette. And this is important because it's basically a break even, but by using this method, not accounting for the flea market fee, you will essentially be covering a margin. You'll be covering a spread, and we'll get into that more in a second. But the other variable is the flea market fee. I'm making these now. They'll be ready by tomorrow. I can check out what the flea market fee is. But if the margin that you're making off of using this method, if the fee doesn't cover the spread, then you're actually losing money. And that's what's super interesting to me, to know if this guy was losing money or not. So this is why we're going to be doing a part 2. But I have a ton of math in front of me, and I want to give you guys some of the numbers right away. And I want to start by giving you more of a visual experience. So we're just going to grab one of these Wilson cigarettes here, and I'm going to sell it to therapists. I want you to know the baseline for what they sell for. So in the video, I think I said it was like 5,080. It's actually 5,029 rubles. So that is what the quick sell is for a Wilson cigarette. So I want to show you the price of euros, which is 143 rubles. This is the conversion rate that we're using. You know, these numbers do change every once in a while, so keep that in the back of your mind. And USD price is 129. So what we're going to do is we're going to take both these ruble conversions. So, you know, 129 equals $1 and 143 equals €1. So what you do now is you take the Wilson quick sell, which is 5,029, and you divide it by these numbers for each. So for the euro, that would come out to 35.16 on the 5,029 divided by 143 on the, you know, how many euros it would take to equal a Wilson on the quick sell rate. And then for USD, it comes out to about 39 USD. So basically, one Wilson equals 35 euros, and one Wilson will equal 39 USD. So based on the method the guy was using, he was essentially putting the price close to the quick sell price, but in a different currency, so it gets clicked easier. And it is a super smart method. So what I wanted to do is actually be under the quick sell. And I made our target price 5,025 in either currency. So either 5,025 euro or 5,025 USD. So in rubles, that would be 718,000. And that's going to be for euros. So if you actually go to the conversion here and you type in that amount for each, which I'll show you again because it is easier to visualize these things. So 5,025 is 718,575. And then if we head over here to the USD, 5,025 is going to be 648,225. That was going to be my next number for you guys. So when it comes to 5,025 and how many Wilstons that will get us in euros, that'll be 143. In USD, that'll be 129. So you might recognize those numbers. Since we use a target price super close to the other target price in a different currency, but we actually did the variables based on the quick sell, which is very close, the numbers actually come out exactly the same, which is, you know, kind of crazy. So we have 143 and then we have 129 because we're using the 1-for-1. So if you're not following along, I want to reiterate that you would get 143 Wilstons for the 5,025 euros. And the point I'm trying to make here is that we're using it on that 1-to-1 conversion. So it'd be 129 Wilstons that you would need to hit that target price of 5,025. And, you know, that's the conversion price, 129. So I thought it was pretty interesting that it lined up in that way. But the quick sell for 143 Wilstons comes out to 719,147 rubles. Now, why is that important? Well, because it's essentially the same exact price as the euros. So this is where I hit a bit of a standstill. So if we want the euros here, the 5,025, which is our conversion to, you know, what our target price is going to be, you can see it's 718,575. The quick sell for the 143 Wilston cigarettes that this number equals is 719,147. It's only a difference of about 1,000 rubles. So this is where I got stuck. I was like, okay, now we have to figure out the transaction that the other guy was doing and figure out the percentage on his transaction. What was his spread? What was his margin? So now that I have these base metrics to work off of, now we can look at his numbers and compare them to our numbers, which are our baseline. So we went to his transaction, and I might throw it on screen. I might not. You can get it from the other video. But basically, he was selling 113 Wilston cigarettes for 5,641 euros. He was selling less cigarettes for more euros, based on our target price of 5,025 and all the other metrics that I explained. So with that, what we're going to do is take 5,641 euros and divide that by 113 Wilstons. That comes out to 50 euros per Wilston cigarette. If you refer to our old number, our conversion, based on our numbers, was 35 euros per Wilston cigarette. So we then take the 35 and divide it by 50. This comes out to 70%. What does this mean? This means that his transaction is making a 30% margin. So what do we do with that number? 30% is the profit, the target. That is the target margin. So if we are going to sell 143 Wilston cigarettes at that 5,025, the 5,025 euros that we're going to sell it for on the market, that'll be the target price for the lot. What we have to do is actually not change our target price, but change our quantity. So we take the 143 and we actually times that by 70. So you take 143 in your calculator times 0.7 and it comes out to 100 exactly. That is the spread. That is the margin. So you wouldn't list 143 Wilstons for 5,025. You would list it at 5,025 for 100 even. And that is where you make your money. Because if we do the 100, so if we take just 100 Wilston cigarettes and we multiply that by 5,029, which is our quick sell price in rubles, it comes out to 502,000 rubles. 502,900 to be exact. So what does this mean? Well, because of that conversion, because we're actually still hitting that target mark of 5,025 euros, which you can see on screen, which usually cost 718,575. I hope you followed along, because what this means is based on this margin, this spread, this calculation, this algorithm, this formula, this 30% in large scale in this exact situation with Wilston's on this parameter will make us, so we take the number on screen right now, 718,000, and I did not do all this extra math for the USD. I did it for the euro because we had that calculation from the guy. So we have the 718,575, and all we have to do is minus that by the 502,900. So type in your calculator, 718,575 minus 502,900. That's going to be a 215,000 ruble profit, 215,675 to be exact, just by covering a spread on the market. Now, the question remains, with the 215,000 rubles, what's the fee on 100 Wilston cigarettes? If you make all 100 Wilstons, what's the cost in your materials in the hideout? These are the final questions that we need to know. And honestly, you know, we could do these ones right now, but I'm going to save that for part 2. But for now, it looks like it's pretty easy to do this with any item that you can craft in quantity. So not just the Wilstons. We could do it for the energy drink. We could do it for the slickers. You have to do a lot of math, but doing this math, and if you would save this algorithm into, say, a Google Sheet and let it do it for you and have the price adjusted, you could just hop in your traders, see what the price of the items are when it comes to USD and Euro, and you type in that conversion and you make that adjustment, and it'll do everything else for you in a Google Sheet. So this is super interesting. I hope you followed along. If you didn't, watch the video again. Just know there is a formula here. It's just the matter of the fact, is it profitable after fees and material cost? That is what I'm going to be solving in part 2, ladies and gentlemen. I told you I'd get to the bottom of it, and I think we're almost there. I will definitely either be seeing you tomorrow or later today. I'll probably upload this one today, like 9:30 a.m. So, you know, look around like 6:30. Hopefully I have it figured out by then. If not, check the next day. But we're going to get to the bottom of this, and hopefully I can definitely simplify it in the future to a much less mathy type of video. But that's going to be it for me today. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, sponsor, and equipment description below. I'll see you very soon. I'm out.